Hey everybody, it's Mucha Marafa from Matrix Global Media, and welcome to a beautiful but snowy Suffolk. It's a couple of days into sort of some pretty heavy weather we've got here, and while the rest of the UK apparently seems to be getting very close to normal again, over here as you can see, and I was actually taking some photos. If you look closely, there's an umbrella there that I actually put in the ground because I'll email them over to my brother out in LA, who always makes a point of sending me a photo in the morning of Santa Monica and Malibu and all the other nice places there. So I thought, hey, why not send him some snow? In this video, I want to actually talk to you about something that I see appearing, and dare I say it, rearing its ugly head quite a bit, particularly in the sort of LinkedIn forums and group discussions. And this is the whole topic of competition. Now, the title of this video is Collaboration, Not Competition. And the reason why I feel led to really sort of talk about this is that, as I said, it's become more and more apparent as I've been spending more time. And by the way, I love LinkedIn. I think if there ever was one sort of social media channel that really has an ability, once you get to know it, once you immerse yourself in it and sort of be very clear on what your objectives are, if ever there was any social media mechanism that can really allow you to sort of get your message out and capture data and lead to subsequent business in a really specific way, it is LinkedIn. But the topic of this conversation in this video all has to do with competition, as I said. Now, let me give you an example. Having spent some time in there, you're often in groups or forums or discussions where you're with sort of other organizations that for all intents and purposes could be seen as competitors. But you know, with one of the things that I'm very big on sort of teaching is making sure that there is a direct sort of message to market match, if you like, and being very, very specific, almost finding niches within the niche that you're looking at. So let me give you an example. I love social media. I consider myself an above average social media practitioner, and certainly when it comes to marketing and teaching social media and showing people how to monetize the various kinds, I feel very comfortable doing that. Now, there are so many other companies out there that do that, and I just felt recently led to reach out to a couple in my area and say, hey, listen, why don't we do something together? And I know there was a bit of a sort of, well, hold on a minute, we do the same thing. And I said, well, yeah, we do, but we don't. And then the same thing, if you look at social media, particularly the areas that I personally talk about, where I talk about Facebook, Twitter, podcasting, blogging, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Now, we're all discussing Google Plus, which is just going to be a huge player as time goes on. But I said, well, why don't we pick a topic, or why don't we pick 2 topics each? There are 3 of us, and we could go down the route of doing a workshop where you talk about 2 topics, I talk about 2 topics, and you talk about 2 topics. Therefore, we are collaborators. We can send the same marketing material to our entire list, and we can get some people there. And you know what? Some folks will resonate with us more than others. You know, you might feel more comfortable, or you might have the objective to learn as much as you can about Facebook, and that will immediately draw you to that person. So there's plenty to go around. I think what does not do anybody any favors is some of the stuff that I've seen recently where a question will go out by somebody who has a problem. You know, they are looking for a solution to something, and they ask a question, and then there becomes a quite unappealing free-for-all in the way that they go at people. Now, of course, if a question's asked, you've got to answer it. I'm totally cool about this. But what happens a lot of the time is that somebody says something about their business, or they're asked about another business, and they're just not very courteous about that business. And I think that does not do anybody any favors at all. So, moving forward, and I know, look, we could talk about this discussion for a long, long time, but moving forward, I'd like you to look at competitors and view many of them more than collaborators. Competition is fantastic, and it also tells you that there is a healthy interest in what you're selling. So that's always a great place to start. If you're the only one of anything in an industry, an organization, a little niche, while most definitely there is an opportunity for you, when there are many out there, it just shows that the customer, the client, the prospect are actively seeking that, hence the number of competitors out there. But don't look at them as competitors, look at them as collaborators. And once you do this, I know it will serve you in a much better way, and there will be business for all concerned. I mean, you go into my kitchen, I love cooking. There'll be a bit of discussion as to whether I'm any good or not, but I love cooking, and I got several books. So it's it's quite foolish to imagine that somebody's going to listen to you and only listen to you. Inevitably, it's just the nature of the beast. They're going to listen to others. So why not collaborate with others? You know, just like I've got 3 or 4 or 5 dozen cookbooks inside there. I don't limit myself to one. There may be 2 or 3 that I lean towards. Otherwise, if it's about cooking and there are different styles, people might teach the way I like, you know, why not? So don't view people, other organizations that you see on some of the LinkedIn forums necessarily as competitors. View them as collaborators. And I'd like you to look next time around, and I'd like you to reach out, have a look at someone else's business and approach them. And if you approach them actually saying, hey, listen, I've taken a look at what you do and I think you're really strong here. I think we could sort of probably do something together here, and you'll be surprised how that can work for you, and the general feel-good factor that we just need to have during this time when there's so much uncertainty about what's going on in the economy. So I hope this video has helped you. Once again, I'm glad I get to share some of my world with you. I'm going to be taking some photos and posting them on Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of it. But until next time, I'm Mucha Marapa from Matrix Global Media, and I look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon.